Welcome back, hashtag dear me gang. Welcome back, yo. And if this is the first time that you're tuning into my channel, thank you for joining me. This is a self-love personal development platform community where it's really just safe for you to admit that you're not doing well and admit that life is not lifing. We're not flowing anymore. My name is Naomi Campbell and I am the CEO of Hashtag Dear Me. Hashtag Dear Me is a company which caters to personal development and self-love for women, where I help you ladies implement your own personal growth at a faster rate, where I offer motivational plans along with self-love classes and educational purposes which you could really help in your day-to-day activities. The reason why I created this company is because I wanted to see more queens winning and bossing at life, and I no longer wanted to see queens worrying about the wrong things. I'm talking to myself here. I'm talking to myself. Anywho, thank you so much for tuning in, and in this week's Hashtag Dear Me episode, we will be looking into how to move about your life without caring what people think, and being more fearless at whatever it is you want to do. So keep watching the video.
Incoming message.
In today's society, it's become 10 times more harder to just truly be yourself without worrying what anyone else might think. This could be your parents, this could be your siblings, your friends, your dog, your mailman, Bill Gates, but anybody. What I need you, hashtag Dear Me viewers, to understand is that whatever ambition, goal, or anything that you want to go after has been specifically chosen and catered to your being. It has been gifted and given to you by God, and it has been chosen to be gifted to you. I had to repeat myself so you could get that part, because oftentimes we don't realize how special we truly are until we look back at the gifts and the skills that we've been given and realize that, yo, what I'm good at is actually pretty cool. But if you were a nobody, or if you were as much of a loser as you think in your head, or you think that you're not capable of doing, you wouldn't have been given such a cool skill or such a good bit of knowledge or an ability that not everybody else has. I need you to look at it from that perspective. When chasing after our dreams, whether it be, I don't know, becoming a famous painter, starting on a music career, becoming a teacher, I don't know, marrying Bill Gates. It could be anything, honestly, anything. Before we even initiate the first step, we stop ourselves with this huge weight of fear and anxiety. The what if start pulling in, the oh, what if this happens, or that person's not gonna like this, or that person's not gonna like that. When you find yourself pulling into those moments, you kind of have to look at it as in, why is it that I'm considering the opinion of someone else over something I'm trying to do? And I feel like that's a situation where we often find out, whether we want to admit it or not, that we're actually people pleasers. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't be really thinking about someone else's reaction over something that you want to do. We feel the need to please people so much because we don't like to be in negative situations for long. I mean, look at situations when you're fighting with a friend or an old friend from years ago. Let's look at like high school, okay, back at high school. When we were in high school, when we were in secondary school, whatever, wherever you're from, I don't know, listen, English is hard, so those are the only two, schools I can say. You guys speak French too. Je parle français, le baguette. Anyways, sorry, Dad. When we were picked on, or when we were in a certain fight with our friends, and even when we weren't in the wrong, we just didn't want to be stuck in that negativity for too long. That's why you see certain kids, and even those kid behaviors that are part of us and never leave until we get older because we didn't mature through it, that flight or fight reaction never truly leaves us. We just either complain, we feel nervous, we get agitated, we feel frustrated, and we just quickly jump on it to do something about it. And we've always associated confrontation as a negative thing, which is why when it comes to making a decision, such as something you want to do with yourself, you place the needs of others before you because you are not afraid of what they would necessarily say. You are afraid of confronting the situation at hand. You're afraid of having to deal with it. It causes an emotional stress, and even the thought of it causes anxiety in you, which is why most of us would rather just pick the easy way to avoid confrontation than to stick and deal with it, because it won't just be one, it'll be all coming at you like,
oh my god, oh my god, now you're gonna confront her, now you're gonna confront her, now the right time, now the right time, now the right time.
So in turn, now that you kind of understand a little bit as to why you may react the way that you do, in most cases it's because of family upbringing, it could be your friends. That's why it's so important to choose who you surround yourself with. Your reaction to not only their behaviors, but your own will impact your life and the type of life you want to live. When you hear the voices in your head or you feel anxiety boil up inside you again, you confront it. Don't run away from it. You confront it within yourself first before you confront whatever criticism is going to be coming at you, because you need to look at it as your life. You need to look at it as your mindset is a castle which you have to protect, because if you don't protect your mindset, whatever anyone else throws at you, it's going to get through and you're going to be in complete shambles. You're going to be destroyed. You're going to be discombobulated, if I even pronounced that right. Once you fix what's up here, whatever anyone throws at you, it's not going to move you. It will maybe make you feel a certain way, but just for like a few minutes, because you'll be able to snap yourself out of it and be like, listen, I am not gonna tolerate this. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Are you crazy? Don't talk to me like that. Don't talk it to me. I know I am the shit. I know who I am. Do you know who you are? Oftentimes what we don't understand is that we put up a front and we put up a mask, and oftentimes really high ego with not only ourselves but with the entire world, with everybody else. If you feel like you get triggered easily when someone insults you, when someone disrespects you, when someone says something you don't like, and you get emotional, you react quick to defend yourself. If you were as confident about yourself as you like to portray yourself to be, you wouldn't be emotionally reacting that way to defend something that you already know, if you understand what I mean. You react emotionally because you're afraid that that person's opinion is a confirmation of something you already assume in your head, or something that you've been trying to push away from your mind for so long. So when someone says something you don't like, you ninja attack mode on everybody. Calm down. Calm down. So part of the reason why you also feel like you have a hard time not caring what other people think is because you are insecure about your choices. You are insecure about how you want to live your life. You're insecure about certain ideas you have in yourself. You're have such a strong guard up and you're so defensive because you think to yourself, if I don't react, if I don't say anything, my mask will slip off and everyone will see that what I have been trying to portray is a lie. And it hurts and it's painful to admit, but it's the truth, because the first step to true change is true vulnerability with yourself. And I like to repeat myself saying this in other #DearMe episodes or even pep talks, because there is no way you can move forward unless you start admitting the truth to yourself. Because you can lie to the world, you can lie to your parents, but you can't lie to yourself and you can't lie to God. Those are two things you just cannot do it, because deep down you'll feel it and it'll grow and fester and turn into something ugly or something that wants to be let out. Maybe not verbally, but your body will show, or you will make certain decisions that just don't make sense because you are ignoring what is happening inside your mind. The best advice I can give you after you question yourself is to stay present and write down what it is that you're doing and why you're doing it. You need to sometimes see a visual plan of what you're doing and what you're trying to achieve. Sometimes when you write it down, you get into it. You start coming up with new ideas, new things start brimming up, you feel more energized, you feel more charged, and you stop worrying about what people think. When you can physically see your plan and it makes sense to you, it doesn't matter what anybody else says, because it makes sense to you. Not to Sally, who's had 12 children and then it could never become the famous hairdresser that she wanted to be. Not Ben in the garage being a mechanic, father to 15 children to different mothers, didn't complete his leaving cert. Not him, not Ben that didn't get married or had kids, bald at 25, with his ass hanging out his cheeks by himself in his apartment, lonely. Not them. You're gonna stop caring about them, stop caring about you. Whatever answer you may give yourself is not wrong. You're not scared of being wrong. You're scared that your answer is not up to society standards, people's standards, or sometimes the standards of your parents, anybody, even of yourself. But I need you to understand that those ideas would not come to you if you were not fit to implement them. If you were not the right fit for anything, God would never allow a positive thought to enter your mind to jump onto action. Trust your gut and trust your instincts. But trusting yourself is only possible after you build the connection with yourself. Self-compassion is the key to true freedom. Like I keep saying. Now the podcast, if you haven't watched it, watch now. Don't be like Sally, Ben, and Kira and Adam. I'm sorry if your name is any of these, but don't be like those people, okay? Watch the videos. Self-compassion is the way. And lastly, don't measure your value based on the response, criticism, or applause, or I don't know, whatever from other people. Measure your value by your degree of productivity that you do towards your dream. Measure it by that. That will trigger you and light a fire underneath your ass to go after what you need to do without thinking about anybody. Because at the end of the day, the only judgment you will be sitting and waiting on is really yourself. Thank God. But anyways, thank you so much for tuning into this #DearMe episode on how to not care what people think about anything. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share the video to anyone you think may need to hear this, or even save the video so you can rewatch it if you ever feel like this again. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at dearme_goalchat to keep up on daily posts on self-love and motivation, and a little bit of banter. A little bit of banter doesn't hurt anybody at all. I have also created a Facebook group for our self-love community, which I will put right here. If you would like your dilemma featured in the #DearMe episode, please email me at dearmeask@gmail.com. The contact info will be listed in the description box below. And for inquiry on one-on-one self-love coaching, dearmeask@gmail.com to know more about this. Again, thank you so much, homies, for watching. Please subscribe and like this video and hit the blue bell icon to stay tuned on next Hashtag daily episodes and deep talks. Thank you so much. Love you.
For a wedding, water, scotch, and some strange dare.